guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do an applique embroidery design, but I sublimated on a piece of silk fabric, and then I went ahead and I added the letters, or I used those letters to make this applique design. I absolutely love how it came out. Everything I'm using in today's video will be linked down in the description box, including this file. This is one that I made myself. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. It might be a little bit longer. Grab your popcorn, grab your notebook, whatever. This is what we're doing, so go ahead and stick around for that. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start off on the computer here just so I can show you how to manipulate your cut file so that if you would like to do the sublimation with the pictures, you absolutely can. However, if you purchase this file from me, you're going to get just this cut file here. You can use this cut file to applique whatever you want. You can use glitter, you can use fabric, tulle, whatever it is that you want to use. I'm going to show you how to manipulate like a piece of polyester or a piece of satin if you would like to do this specific applique process. However, you're not going to receive images inside of the file that you purchased. You will just receive the cut file, and then you can follow this tutorial to create the sublimation fabric if that's what you want to do. But if you want to just use this this cut file to applique regular fabric or glitter HTV or pattern HTV, you absolutely can. You can use this to applique whatever you want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I do have it already done out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide this. And then I'm going to do one of the letters because this does take a little bit of time. So I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm just going to show you how to do one of the letters. But the process for all 6 letters is exactly the same. So I'm going to go to upload. And then I'm going to upload my image here. Now I did put this image in the A. So what I'm going to do is first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Now the reason you duplicate this is once you slice it after you've hidden all the contours, it's kind of hard to bring it back. So before I do each letter, I duplicate the file, and then I'm going to go ahead and hide the one that I just duplicated. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this image and I'm going to send it to the back. I'm going to take my cut file because right now the basic operation is a cut. It's a basic cut. So I'm going to go up here to operation where it says basic cut. I'm going to click the drop down menu and I'm going to go down to pen. This is going to make it a little bit easier for us to see through. And I only want to work with the A for right now. So I'm going to go to contours and I'm going to hide everything but the A. I'm gonna hide this part of the A and that part. Okay, so now we have our A, and we can go ahead and try to manipulate our image here to fit inside of the A. Now I know you may not be able to see the letter A. I can. And so what I'm doing is I'm just manipulating the image so that at least the 4 boys' faces fit inside the A. The shirt is for me to wear. So if I'm not in the picture, then I don't particularly care. I want at least the other 4 to be in the picture. You can crop your picture however, you see fit for your shirt. That looks good there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select both the picture and the letter A, and then I'm going to go ahead and slice. Now we can remove this and delete it. And this was the letter A that we just sliced. We can go ahead and delete that. And now we just have our letter A here. So if I go ahead and I unhide the cut file that I already duplicated, if I take my letter A and place it, it fits right on top. So let me bring this forward. It fits right inside that letter A. And the thick border does kind of represent the satin stitch. which is what I wanted, because I wanted you to be able to see what your image is going to look like with your satin stitch. So if you need to adjust your image and make it smaller, you see how the faces kind of got cropped out because of the satin stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of bring them in a little bit. Now that looks good. So now, because this cut file here emulates what your satin stitch is going to look like on your actual shirt or your garment or whatever, you can, fully adjust it. Okay. I'll do one more letter. Let me find an image here just to make sure that you're not too confused. I'll use this one. Okay. So now again, I'm going to go ahead and select the cut file. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to hide the one I just duplicated. I'm going to move the A that we just did out of the way for now. Now I'm going to work with the letter F. We're going to go to contour and we're going to hide everything but the F. And now we just have our letter F here. We're going to go up to operation again. We're going to hit the drop down where it says basic cut, and we're going to turn this into the pen. And then we'll go ahead and manipulate this. We got to send it to the back so we can see. And then we're just going to manipulate the picture to fit in the letter. And that looks good. So I'm going to select both the picture and the letter. We're going to slice. This is the letter we were just working with. We can delete that. This is the access. We can delete that. Now I'm going to go ahead and unhide the cut image. We're going to send the image to the back. And now here we can go ahead and adjust it to the satin stitch accordingly. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and do that process for all 6 of your letters until you have your full image like this. So if I took my image, I could place it right on top here. Okay. Now let's say I just completed all 6 of those letters. I'm ready to go ahead and cut. I'm going to hide the basic cut file, and then I'm going to go to make it. And this is simply just going to be a print and cut. So I'm going to go to make. Now, when you are mirroring this, it doesn't have to be in any rhyme or reason, because when you cut the letters, you're going to have to hand place them on your garment. When you do your placement stitch, you're going to have to hand place them on your garment after your placement stitch anyway. So they don't necessarily need to be cut in order. Okay. I'm going to cut this on a 8.5 by 14 paper because I just want one piece of paper. I am not going to mirror. And I'm going to show you why I'm not going to mirror. We're going to go to continue. I'm going to send this to my printer. Now you see this arrow needs to be at the top left-hand corner. This is why we're not mirroring through Cricut Design Space. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to go to use system dialog, and I'm going to go to print. So you are leaving mirror unchecked, mirror off inside of Cricut Design Space, and you're going to turn your mirror on in your printer settings. Okay, so I have my 15,000 selected. I'm going to go over to preferences. I want my 8.5 by 14 portrait. I'm using presentation paper matte, quality on high. I'm going to go over to more options, and I am going to make sure that my mirror box is checked. So mirror through your printer settings. Do not mirror through Cricut Design Space. Or if you're using Silhouette Studio, same thing. Do not mirror through Silhouette Studio, mirror through your printer settings. Then I'm going to press OK. I'm going to go ahead and get this printed out. I will meet you over at my heat press and we will press this and then embroider it. All right, you guys, so I have my piece of fabric here. This is just a piece of satin because it's going to get cut up anyway, so it's just a piece of satin. I did already pre-press this for about 5 seconds. I'm using my Romeo 16 by 20 auto open, and it is set to 400 degrees for 50 seconds. So this is my print here. It looks really good. Now the arrow, if you're looking at it, is on the right hand side right now, which is fine because what I'm about to do is I'm about to press it going like this, which is after I press it is going to have our arrow on the correct side so that we can have our Cricut cut it for us. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off some of this excess paper, and then I'm going to place it face down on my fabric and place 2 pieces of tape, and then I'm going to press it. I don't use butcher paper with my A-sub paper. I'm going to press this for 50 seconds, 50. I'm also going to let it cool for 1 minute. So I'm going to let it press and then I'm going to let it cool for a minute, and then I will come back and we will peel it together. All right, so it's been about a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the paper. And the reason I wait the minute is so that I don't get any ghosting. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm actually going to apply some heat and bond right to this. There's a rough side and there's a smooth side. We're going to put the rough side on the paper. And we're going to turn it over. Make sure our fabric is aligned. You want that heat and bond to get on there. I have it set to 300. I did wait for my heat press to cool down a little bit as well. It's on 300. I'm literally only going to press this for like 4 seconds. You just want to adhere it and make sure it gets stuck to the fabric. That's it. Okay. And now it's adhered to the fabric, which is what we want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. I have a light grip mat here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat press off. And I'm going to kind of line this up on the, right here where the arrow is. That's where I'm going to put it on the mats. And you know what? I'm actually going to cut it because I can't really see with all this excess fabric. So I'm just going to cut it where the registration mark is so that I can get it lined up better. I can see better. Okay. It should be a little bit easier for us to line it up now. Yep. That's better. Okay. Now, if you don't have a cutting machine, you can still cut these letters out by hand as well. Okay. You don't have to have a cutting machine. I'm going to get my Cricut set up. I will come right back and then we'll cut this out. All right. So I forgot to record the actual cutting process. However, I did use glitter iron on with more pressure on my Cricut Maker. And you guys, if you can hear the thunder, sorry, it's like thunderstorming right now. And I did that because I don't actually have a rotary. I don't have a rotary blade. I actually just realized this when I was trying to do this project. So yeah, I had to kind of finagle the settings just a little bit. But this looks to have cut out pretty good. I'm happy with this cut. Okay, here's my letters. And then you can just take them off. And then of course, when we go to place them down, if I can get it, the backing comes right off. This is the heat and bond backing. And it comes right off. And this part isn't all that sticky, so I may use a little bit of basting spray, but it sticks to the shirt. So if when we go to press it when we're done, to make sure that this stays, or you know what, I might press it before I embroider it actually with a little hand press, just to make sure it's nice and adhered. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my shirt hooped, and then I will come back and we'll start embroidering. All right, so I have my tack down stitch all done, which is what you want. Now once your tack down stitch is done, we're gonna go ahead and place the letters. So you want to make sure that you are peeling off your backing to kind of show the shiny side, and then we're going to put this right inside the F where it goes. My letters might be a little bit off, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take my little hand press here. I'm going to put my hand inside the shirt, kind of underneath here. And I'm just going to lightly kind of add some heat to it. That's going to activate the heat and bond and stick it to the shirt. I'm going to do the same thing with the A. I already took the backing off. Use my hand press just to get it to adhere to the shirt. You can use basting spray as well, just don't use too much. However you want to do it to get your letters to kind of stick to the shirt for your tack down. Or yeah, for the tack down, and then obviously it's got to embroider over it. My eye is like really off. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. That's okay. It's for me, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then our last letter. And then I will probably do a quick, like 5 or 10 second press when I'm done with everything, just to make sure that it's all nice and adhered to the shirt, especially because it doesn't seem like my letters are gonna fully reach. Like my I might be a little short and my Y. But now we're all done here. So what I'm going to do is press the green button on my machine, and it's going to start doing the tack down stitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to start doing the tack down stitch. All right, you guys, so what it's doing now is it is doing the tack down stitch for the rest of the letters. I know that like right now the needle kind of looks weird, but that's only because I sped up the video. My needle doesn't actually look like that. It looks normal. Rest assured, it definitely looks normal. It just looks like that because, like I said, I sped up the video. But it does a tack down stitch for all 6 letters, and then it will go into doing the satin stitch once it is done doing the tack down stitch. Alright, now that the tack down stitch is done, it starts back up to at the top of the design, which is the letter F, and it's going to go through and do the satin stitch for all 6 letters, and then it will immediately go into doing the hearts on the side without having to do any type of color stop or anything like that, because this is a multi-needle. So yeah, it's going to go ahead and go through and do the satin stitch, and then it's going to do the hearts on both sides of the word family. Alright, so I have finished stitching out the shirt, and here is the final product. You guys, I think it came out so good. There's a couple of little imperfections on my end, like my threading is a little wonky. But even with, like, when I was saying that my eye I thought was going to be, you know, a little short, it ended up with the satin stitching, it ended up turning out just perfect. So trust the process. Even if you think that it's about to turn out bad, trust the process anyway. Stick with it. But I absolutely love how this came out. I'll probably be making a couple more files, like a mama file, maybe an auntie file, a Grammy file, something like that. I don't know, but I actually love this. I love this so much. Everything I used in today's video will be linked in the description box below. That's all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time. Bye, guys.